Hello, welcome back to more Dark Souls. Last time we returned to the Undead Asylum and defeated the Stray Demon. We also picked up the Peculiar Doll item, which will be used way later on in the game, but it's important to pick it up now. We also joined the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant and obtained the Lightning Spear. I don't care that I just wasted one, it was a good demonstration. So this time, we're going to be leaving the land of where you can see the sky, pretty much, and going down into the depths. Obviously, we got the key for this after defeating the Capra Demon. And oh boy, this place is a doozy. This is pretty much the slums of Undeadburg. And you're like, Undeadburg isn't exactly, the prettiest of places. So you can imagine how nice looking its slums are going to look like. Now, there's a guy here who always catches me out. For some reason, I always remember him. There's a lot of dredgings here at the start, so it's actually pretty manageable, although they can do a lot of damage if they can get up close to you, and there's a very large number of them. So you just want to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed just as you enter in here. Oh god, I actually did not see that guy. He was like blended into the darkness. It was actually pretty cool looking. Having this halberd is actually going to be very good for this place, since there's a lot of things that can inflict poison and bleed. And since this halberd gives us resistance to that, it's a very nice bonus to have. Buying some moss clumps, and the purple moss clumps and the blooming purple moss clumps to cure poison and toxic is also good. Oh my! Oh shit! I did not mean to do this. I did not mean to come down here. Oh my! Okay, this is a predicament. This is not an area I was planning to go to straight away. I might as well go over here first. Oh boy, this was very unexpected. Okay. Yes, as we come around this corner, this big old butcher will drop down, who is a treat. He has two, actually, if you want me to blow your mind, this is actually a girl, has two massive cleavers, and will do a lot of damage if they hit you. Thankfully, they are not too bad. And this one will drop, you're meant to drop something, friend. Oh, maybe I'll get that later. So yeah, you can actually just walk up and down this, and this will bring us back to that area. I'll go now here and clear out the enemies first. There are some dogs in this room as well, which can be very annoying. I'm actually going to top off my health here real quick, just so I don't get destroyed by a sneak attacking dog. There you are. Okay. Yeah, these guys can inflict bleed, so that's why having bleed resistance is always good. Come on. Stop running away. Face me. Mush. Okay, good. That didn't go too badly. Now this is where I want to actually introduce them. If you look over here, you can actually see another one of those lady butchers. I'll run back up to that area where I dropped down first. You are not aggro to me yet, good. So yeah, there's kind of I fell down one of those arches over there, and that's what brought me to the lower area. This place is going to be really hard to explain layout-wise, because it's really a big maze. It's not great. It's and everything's really dark and murky, so it's hard to navigate based on landmarks, since a lot of the place looks the same. Come on, dog. Taste the lightning! That was really unnecessary, but I do not like dogs, so you know what, better safe than sorry. So we've one more butcher to take care of. There's actually only two of them, I believe. I don't know why they're girls. Maybe they're sisters, maybe? I'm not sure. It's not really explained all too well. Well, not explained, it's just not really expanded upon. Come on, let me get to your back. You know what, I'm just going to hit you normally. Oh, did that mean a kick? Okay, perfect. Spin to win! Yeah, that always looks stylish as hell. We got 1,000 souls as well. Okay, this is where it is. Whenever you kill the second of the butchers, they will drop the sack item, which is actually can be traded to Snuggly the Crow in Undead Parish for a good item. I can't remember what it is. I'll put up on screen now whatever that item is, but I remember it being a weirdly really good item. Where it's actually a head piece of armor. Let's give a look and see what it says. Bloodstained patchwork sack by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. 2 eye holes have been haphazardly cut out. It is unexpectedly soft and comfortable to wear, but it is probably near meaningless in terms of defense, which is true. It only has 6 in physical and magic. So yeah, these guys are fun. You can assume these were. Oh, I don't want to know what type of meat this was, but this chest is insanely important chest to pick up, as it contains the large ember, which is a very, very important item. We'll give it a look there. It should be in key items. Oh yeah, here we go. Ember for blacksmith weapon ascension. Ascension for +5 standard weapons allows reinforcement to +10. Also can ascend +5 standard weapon to raw weapon. So when we give this to Andre, we will be able to upgrade weapons to +10 using a different type of Titanite shard. And we can also make a weapon, a raw type of weapon, which I'll explain when we come across it. It's a kind of a, just an alternate way of, I don't know why I'm going back up here. It's just an alternate way of inflicting damage with the weapon. Now there are 2 ways we can go now. Table, please move. You're blocking my path forward to victory. One of the paths is up behind the butcher. I'm gonna screw up your meat. Now it's on the floor. You're not gonna have time for the 5-second rule because you're dead. I'm actually gonna break this, and behind these boxes you can see there's a bit of a trap hole or a pit, which is very sneaky if you just happen to be wandering. That is one way you can go down, and the other way is by going down that archway that I happened to drop in, which led to the first butcher we encountered. There's also a room here I never went into. If we go in, there is something awaiting us.
You. Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
So, this is a kind of precarious situation. This guy is trapped in a barrel here. You might think, oh, I'll just take my big halberd and just swipe away. But no, because if you break the barrel he's in with a weapon, I believe it will aggro him, since it will count as breaking him, or count as hitting him as well. So the best way to do it is just punch, although maybe even breaking the barrel with a punch might aggro him. So the best way to do it is just roll. Roll into the barrel he's in, it'll break, but he will not get mad at you. So let's talk to our captured friend here. You look pretty cool, I must say.
Thank you. I would have been at supper without you. Been eaten alive, I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, or the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you.
I love how cockney this guy is. He's a really cool accent. I was actually off screen. I happened to talk to the crestfallen warrior, and he did mention a pyromancer who was on his way back down to Blighttown and kind of wasn't seen for a while. So this is obviously the pyromancer he mentioned. I wasn't able to get that dialogue on camera. Actually, no, I was. I'll put up that dialogue now, actually, because I happened to get it just before I started filming this episode, but I wasn't commentating, so I'll show that conversation now real quick.
How did that, you know, the one who idolized some godmother of pyromancy? He left for Blighttown, but never came back. Whereas most flee from sickness, he dives right in. Well, nothing will...
So this is obviously that pyromancer he was talking about. His name is Laurentius.
Oh, hello.
Anything else to say?
I'm fine, thanks to you.
Is that all you have to say? Okay.
Oh, hello then.
It is. So, actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a homeward bone and return back to Firelink Shrine, because that is where Mr. Laurentius here is going to go too. So we might as well meet him back there. And we'll return to the depths after we talk to our friend here. Alright, so here we are back at Firelink. First thing, I suppose I will level up a bit. I'm going to upgrade my vitality a bit, because it's kind of low. Do not approve of how low that is at the moment. And if we go up here and to the left, we will see Laurentius has returned. It's good to see you made it back. I realise his armour looks a bit like kind of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Although that might just be me thinking that, it probably is. How are you doing, friend?
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can use the manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share the spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you out. Unless you find the magics unsavory.
So I believe we want to answer no, as in we don't find the magics unsavory? Let's go with that.
Yeah, why?
Yay!
I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this. A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Why, let's get started right now.
So pyromancy is a very interesting type of magic. First off, we'll talk to Laurentius a bit and see what he has to say.
Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then channel it, just as our ancestors did. A pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand one day. It only takes time. Pyromancy has a, well, rather primitive aspect to it. It meshes poorly with advanced culture, and pyromancers are considered rather unsavoury, which is fine, as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, turning undead didn't change a thing.
Well, I like to think we get along pretty well. Look how happy I am to meet you.
A pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. When I gave you that flame, I gave you a part of myself. Please take good care of it.
We will, Laurentius. We will for sure.
Goodbye.
So let's have a quick look at that pyromancy flame there, and I'll explain. Oh, I won't go hollow, don't you worry. We'll explain how pyromancy works. It's actually an item you equip, like a talisman. We'll give it a quick read there. Flame medium used by Great Swamp pyromancers. Pyromancers arouse this flame to produce various fire arts. Equip pyromancer flame to produce pyromancy. Attune pyromancy is from a scroll at bonfire. Most pyromancies are limited to number of uses. So pyromancy spells work like miracles or sorceries. You attune them, and you can only, and some of them require multiple slots, and you only have a simple number of uses. Pretty simple. But this cool thing about pyromancy is, well, first off, the flame weighs nothing, which, you know, you can just have equipped and don't have to worry about your weight. But if we actually look at the spells he has, Laurentius has available here,
I'm pleased to see you safe.
I'm pleased to see you safe too, even though you haven't. We just talked a second ago.
Teach you pyromancy.
So we have a look at the items he has available here. He has a variety of pyromancy spells available, and you'll notice in the required parameters, everything is 0, which means you don't have to have a certain number of intelligence or fate to use pyromancy. You can just have them there in the background if you ever feel like using them, and the damage you do for the damage the spells do is based on how much you've upgraded the pyromancy flame, which you do here, and it only requires souls to upgrade. So if you just keep farming souls, you should be able to upgrade your pyromancy flame as much as you want. I might use a bit of pyromancy as well as fate, so I'm actually gonna upgrade this flame a bit. I can get it up to +3 for now, which is nice. And although I probably should have bought a spell or two, so I have something to use. Some of these are, I think Fire Orb is kind of a good starting pyromancy spell. Flame Fire Orb explodes when impact. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Iron Flesh is also good in that it boosts your defense, but you kind of walk super slow. So it's kind of a weird trade-off like that. And Flash Sweat, I don't know what that does actually. Intense Sweating. Oh, reduce flame damage, that's pretty good. Excuse me, especially if you're going to be fighting a fire boss. And also says here, Carmina, the most accomplished pupil of Salaman, the master pyromancer, pioneered new directions for the art of pyromancy. So as you can see, the two pyromancies here, the kind of passive ones that are good for defense, were produced by someone named Carmina. Harness the power of a flame to actualize the inner self. And yeah, and these ones, does it say who created these ones? It does not. But obviously someone named Carmina was taught by someone named Salaman, who was known as the master pyromancer. So he was obviously pretty up there in the teachers of pyromancy. I don't know if he taught Laurentius as well. It's not really expanded upon, or maybe Carmina taught him, or it might have just been someone else altogether. It's not really explained too much. Yeah, okay, that's the same. But yeah, pyromancy is really nice for since you don't require a certain level of fate or intelligence to use, you can kind of just have pyromancy equipped and just upgrade it by just using normal souls and just buying spells. So it's kind of a cool type of sorcery to use. Well, not sorcery, a type of spell to use. And it's interesting that they noted that it's kind of seen as a very primitive type of magic and it's kind of frowned upon, and that's probably because the sorcerers kind of frowned upon it because you don't have to be very smart to use it since you don't require any intelligence, and the clerics and whatnot don't kind of frown upon it since you don't need to be faithful at all to use it. Oh, I almost killed myself. You don't be faithful at all to use it since you don't need any faith. So it's kind of interesting that it's just kind of it's the simple man's spell, type of spell, but it's still very useful, and you get some really cool pyromancies later on. So we'll definitely dabble in that a bit too, and I'll let you know right now, if you want to get a lot of story elements later on, you want to have a +10 pyromancy flame on you at some point. So I will have to upgrade the flame to +10 at some point, even if I'm not going to be using it. But we'll explain the reason for that later on. So for now, I'm going to return back down to the butcher's little desk. So I'll meet you guys back down there in a second. So here we are back down at the butcher's workplace. Now, as I said, there are two ways we could go right now. There's the pit here we could drop down, and there's also a door. Actually, you know what? I keep forgetting I can actually use this path down here to go up between the two areas. I used to think for ages that, one sec, this dog better not kill me, please don't do that. I actually almost got inflicted by bleed, which would have been very unfortunate. God, this damn slow water. If we had the rusted iron, actually, you know what? I can shut it off right now. That's actually very good thinking. I'm going to take off the wolf ring for now and equip the rusted iron ring. And as you can see, we're moving freely in this deep water here, and if we take it off and put back on the wolf ring, we're moving very slowly and sluggishly. So as you can see, in the right circumstances, that ring can be really good. And for ages, I didn't know you could just walk up this pile of rubble here. I thought if you accidentally dropped down to this area, you were trapped and you had to keep proceeding forward. So it's a good thing I knew about that. Now, there are two ways you can go here. You can go through this door here, or you can go down the pit. And the pit is definitely the more dangerous option. But you know what? I'm feeling adventurous. So I'm going to drop down there and see. And oh boy, when you see what awaits us down there, it isn't pretty. I'll tell you that much. But we are adventurers, and we will take the challenge with a strong heart and whatnot. Oh, this is pleasant. This is obviously the disposal area for the butcher's rotting flesh that he doesn't want to eat. And yeah, okay, right off the bat, welcome to the depths pretty much. Giant rats. Oh boy. Hopefully he doesn't use its stand to fire flesh-eating darts that melt your skin. That was an obscure reference, I'm sorry. This felt like it needed to be addressed. First off, before we drop down there, because yes, we are going to drop down there, we're over here you get the spider shield, which is a new shield. I believe you pick the bandit class at the start of the game. You start off with this shield. Shield of the Savage Mountain Bandits, uniquely shaped with a large black spider, has resistance to poison, which is a kind of nice thing to note. There's a few other important items here. Thankfully, since we start up here, we will be able to get a plunging attack on this adorable creature. And as usual, instead of getting a plunging attack, you want to do a jump attack off the cliff. Now, this is my game plan here for this guy, because I haven't actually done this much. You can see there's kind of a waterfall there. You do not want to get dragged down there. You'll be in a spot of bother if you do, trust me. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to drop down over here if I can, because to the right there, I believe, it's hard to tell in this lighting. Yeah, down there is a door, so if we ever need to retreat, that's the way we want to go. So if I can start, oh, I can't really start near that door, unfortunately. I'm going to have to start over this side, where there's no bridge above me. Okay, I'm going to have to start near the side of the bridge. It's going to be awkward. Alright, I do not know how much damage we're going to do to this thing, but let's have a look. Oh, this is very precarious. Let's go! Oh, 700. Did we just one-shot it? We just one-shot it. Oh my god. I did not expect that at all. Okay. GG, Rash. We got a humanity. Always good. There's another item over here. The sewer chamber key. It's a very important item in certain circumstances. I'll explain that very shortly, as we'll see its use very soon. And of course over here, so we'll name a soldier. So we could go down that waterfall there, but I'm going to take the safe route and go through the side area. Now we could try and jump over that, but we can also walk around it. There's a lot of rats down here. Actually, you know what? It's Ucha Katana time, because this place is ridden with narrow corridors. So using the halberd would be very precarious. Now, I want to be careful here, because there are a few traps awaiting us. Oh, yeah, that's another... And this drop here will also lead to the area the waterfall brings you down. So we're going to use that drop to get to that area later on. Now, is there anything else around here that needs procuring? We could try and jump over this ledge, but I believe we can get there later on as well. So there's no need. Oh, this place is so confusing. It's such a labyrinth. It can be very overwhelming the first time you play through it. Yeah, this path up here, if we go up here and go to the right, it'll take us to that drop as well. Oh my, is this the area I'm thinking of? Oh, it is. Oh boy. We will not deal with that at the moment. We also got these creepy slime enemies on the ground here. I believe they're very weak to fire, so actually having pyromancies here would be very good. But they can't really do much to you, so you can just get a few hits in and back off. They're very easy to deal with. So they're not the worst enemies, but if you want to deal with them quickly, I believe they're very weak to fire. And there's obviously the drop that leads, the jump that leads to that item we just got. Now, where is the way I want to go? I do not want to go, oh yeah, Jesus, that's really terrifying looking, holy crap. I'm actually going to take out my halberd for this. That's another one of those channelers. We saw one of them in the Undead Parish as well. You do want to take this guy out, and I'll explain why at a later point. Let's see, can we cheese this? Oh, we one-shot him, that's beautiful. He also buffs those rats around him as well. I'm going to cheese this so hard and lightning these guys' ass. Boom. That's one. Oh, this feels so cheap. It also feels so good. Can I lock onto the other one? I want to lock onto the other giant one. There we go. Take this, you foul creature. Good. Good. This is going well. This is going well. This room can be really annoying if you're not careful. Also, a big open area there. Oh boy. We're going to see how fun that place is later on. And a few rats over here in these boxes. There's going to be a lot of that going on as well. If you see a box around, be careful, because the odds are there could be a rat hiding in it. There's a fair few boxes around in this area, so you want to be careful of that. And up here you might notice a fog gate. This is I'm doing this area very different to how I usually do it. And I'll show what I mean in a moment. Now through here, thankfully there's no boss through here. Thank God. Let's go back to the katana real quick. I need to clean up my inventory. I've not been using my bottomless box very stupidly. I thought this area leads to... Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I'm getting confused. This is the pit I pointed out earlier that was going to lead us to that area of the waterfall. And on the other side of it is the area I wanted to go to, because in here, first off, is a bunch of rats. We will avoid them for now, as we're going to be dealing with them later. But over here to the right, where is it? Oh, the rat, go away. Where's the door I'm thinking of? Is it further ahead? Maybe it is. Okay, I'm just getting mixed up. It must be further ahead. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. Ooh, bleh. Look at all these disgusting... Oh, no, that's not one of those blob things. It's just kind of ooze, eerily enough. There's a lot of rats down here, and that could actually be a very good thing. And yeah, this is the way I want to go. We're going to go up these stairs and kill this dude, because we do not want to die here, because if we open this door here, it will lead us to a bonfire. However, okay, I'm going to sit at the bonfire first, and then I'll explain the situation at the moment. Okay. Thank you, bonfire. This is the only bonfire in the depths as well, so definitely important that you find this one. But the thing about this door is, it can also be opened with the master key if you start the game off with that, or if you start the game off with a thief. Which means you don't have to go and kill that giant rat in order to get the sewer chamber key. Because there is another path to this door, which I'll show off right now. As you can see, there's a lot of those blob guys in the ceiling. I'm going to see if I can run past them, since they take so long to kill. So long to kill. Okay, that was some good Metal Gear Soliding there. And they're all on the ground now, so they should be easy enough to get past next time. And in this room over here... Is it this room? Or is it the next room? Oh, it's the next room. Sorry. Yeah, here we go. Up here, there is a door that needs to be opened. And this door leads to the area where we fought the first butcher girl. So around the corner here is the room where we found Laurentius. So if you drop down from the lower area down here and go through this door, it's pretty much just a straight path to the bonfire, which if you have the master key, you will be able to enter, since you won't have to go the other way and kill the giant rat. So if you have the master key, and you want to get through the depths quickly without getting every single item, which you know is entirely understandable, you can just come this way and avoid the giant rat altogether, which is nice. Now, I'm going to do something really stupid here. Oh, yeah, there we go. I knew this guy was going to drop, but I just wanted this item, even though it's not an important one. Might as well kill this guy quickly. That's what happens if the slime guys drop on you. You just mash L1 and R1, and you can get them off you quicker, and they just do kind of grab damage on you. Yeah, you see, all that was just for a soul name, a soldier. But you know what? My completionist attitude inspired me to get it. So, can we avoid these guys? I don't want to bother killing them. Don't bother me and I won't bother you. Good, good. I think we're going to end off this episode here. A lot of stuff got done this time. We made our way into the depths. We got to our first bonfire. I think everything's going pretty well so far. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy. So next time on Dark Souls, we will explore the rest of the depths and maybe take on the boss of the area. Pretty intriguing stuff. And the boss of this area is a badass and super cool. You'll see. It's cool. You'll see. It's cool. I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Thank you.